The man accused of assassinating Charlie Kirk has been arrested. The FBI received more than 11,000 tips from the public, but in the end, it was Tyler Robinson's family who ultimately turned him in. This is Wink News at 5:30. I'm Emma Heaton, and for Lois Tomey.
I'm Chris Safadi. We're joined by our Wink security analyst and retired FBI agent Rich Kulko. Rich, I think a lot of people will wonder, how common is it for a suspect's family to turn them in?
Well, Chris, I don't think it is all that common. I did a little bit of research on this during the day. However, in this case, it's so high profile. That picture was all around the planet. The family knew that they obviously couldn't hide him out, and somebody else is going to have known this man and would have reported it. So I think the family was probably, backed into a corner, but they also may have just wanted to do the right thing.
There's also a lot of information that's been released about the suspect, but there's a lot that authorities won't answer at this time. Could you talk about why they might be avoiding some questions, why that may impede in their investigation, answering those questions?
Well, they are hoping that they'll have the opportunity to interview him, to learn more about him, depending on what his attorney, gives him to do. But that can be part of what's called a proffer, too. If he's willing to talk, that may affect how they're charged. But any information that they can get from him, they want to be able to get from him, make it easier if they can get it through the interview process, which then they can go out and confirm forensically by looking for the evidence, checking the evidence. There's a lot of questions here. Was anybody else involved? Did other people know that he was going to do this? And they want to be able to find that. So anything they could do to have the opportunity to talk to him would be helpful, and that's probably why they don't want to release too much information about him right now.
And some of these things we're hearing today, like they've said, it appears he worked alone, but they're still not going to be sure, and they're still going to keep looking under every rock, I would imagine, to make sure that that's true.
Oh, they are going to build a big circle around him about who he knew, who he was speaking to. We talked about Discord, some of the communications platforms he was using. They'll find out everybody he was talking to on the internet, on text messages, through the gaming apps. And I think one of the important things here is, and we've talked about this in the past, when people go back and look at this in the past, they're going to have had some inkling that he was thinking about doing something or potentially doing something. They'll feel bad that they never picked up the phone and called law enforcement. But at the end of the day, the whole point is the prosecutors, and it's going to be both state and federal, are going to want lockdown cases, so they're going to want every single bit of information as cleanly as they can possibly get it.
All right, Rich, thank you very much.